Welcome to Elimination, the podcast that puts sitcom against sitcom and brothers against father. Here's your host, Bob.
Your host, Bob, that is me, and we are here for, unlucky for some, episode 13. And I am here with my older brother, Mike.
Hello.
And our dad, Dave.
Hello.
Here we go again with another episode. You know what we're going to do, so we're just going to do it.
Oh, you're going to welcome him back?
Yeah, all right. We have got Michael back. How was, so what happened?
I just fancied a couple of days on the yacht.
That's fair enough.
In your dreams.
He was busy working hard. How dare you choose putting food in your children's mouths over podcasting?
I know.
Who do you think you are?
It won't happen again.
What, putting food in your children's mouths?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Why was you not podcasting? Because the kids need new shoes. So Dave, you've got somebody you want to mention?
No, it's just a strange thing.
No. Okay, we'll move on.
Well, we had a download from Copenhagen, which is in Denmark.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's the way I say it.
Copenhagen?
Wonderful Copenhagen.
Oh, is that racist?
And I just wondered, I've got a mate I used to work with who still turns up now and again to see me. He's me geek.
Gay.
He's me geek.
He's your geek.
Computer genius he is.
Is he?
Yeah, and his name's Simon King. And I just wonder, he was in Copenhagen and he was there at the same time. Now, he doesn't actually live in Copenhagen. He lives in Woolwich, South London. And I just wonder whether it's him or we've actually got a downloader from Copenhagen. But Simon, if it was you, thank you very much.
Let us know, because
get on that Facebook page.
I wouldn't mind
know.
an exciting outcome to that really boring story.
I just wondered if anybody else has ever mentioned Copenhagen and Woolwich in the same sentence.
I doubt
Yeah,
it.
it's the European Cup. They played the European Cup in 1928.
Statu. That was an interesting start to the show. What are we here for?
I don't know.
Let's
Should we have
do
a
it.
break? Let's take a break.
We'll be back after these words from our sponsor.
Regroup.
Pick a show. Let's go for it.
All right, I'm going to go first. Ooh, it's the big daddy of them all. Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, that's debatable.
Oh yeah, well that is exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah.
that is the
the
aim of the game.
It's debatable, yes. And
Shall
yes, you shall.
Right, Only Fools and Horses is a British sitcom created and written by John Sullivan. It ran from 1981 to 2003, giving us 64 episodes. Set in Peckham, South East London, it stars David Jason as ambitious market trader Derek Delboy Trotter, Nicholas Lyndhurst as his younger brother Rodney, and Leonard Pierce, who appeared in the first three series as their elderly granddad. When Leonard Pierce died, Buster Merrifield was brought in as Uncle Albert. Other recurring people in the series include Boycie, Trigger, Denzel, Mickey Pierce, and bartender Mike. Delboy and Rodney's love interests were Raquel, played by Tessa Peake Jones, and Cassandra, played by Gwyneth Strong.
One day you'll get through one of them without stuttering.
No, he won't.
Oh,
That's easy for you to say.
well, we need for such a big show. We need a
Contender.
We do. I mean, I don't know what's gonna come up against it.
Go on,
Dave, do the honours.
1, 2. I'm gonna go for number 5 on this list. For fifth one down. Oh God, I don't believe it. No, it's not that. Well, I've got two. I know they're not the best two sitcoms in the world, even though I think they are. But one was Steptoe and Son. It got drawn against
40
Towers,
Towers,
and the other one is Whatever Happened to the Lightly Lads. It gets drawn against Only Fools and Horses. So
The luck of
it's
the
Whatever
draw.
Happened to the Lightly Lads, or bad luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Right.
You
shall
still
I
got
go
the good
through?
life, remember?
That's your mum's favourite.
Yeah, boo.
Right, Whatever Happened to the Light Lads is a British sitcom which was broadcast in 1973 and 1974 on BBC One. It was a sequel to the mid-60s hit The Lightly Lads.
Not yet. Not
Stage
yet.
fright.
Is
We'll
this
get there
right?
one
Who
day.
wrote these?
You did.
It was created and written, as was its predecessor, by Dick Clement and Ian LaFrenne. A feature film spin-off was made in 1976. The other two regulars in the cast were Bridget Forsyth, who played Bob's girlfriend and later wife Thelma, and Sheila Fern, who played Terry's older sister Audrey. There were 27 episodes.
Now, we have to. I suppose we should say that whatever happened to the Lightly Lads is not a different show, but
Well, it is, isn't it?
well, yeah, it is. We're talking about whatever happened to like
same cast. But,
yeah. What was the gap between them, Dave?
Well, I think about 1966 was the last episode of The Lightly Lads.
So the Light Lads was the original series,
Yeah,
and then they came back. What?
How long later?
73. So 7 years.
It's a long time to bring it back. Whatever happened to the Light Lads with a great theme tune. Great theme
Oh
tune.
yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
theme
We
tune.
like a theme tune.
Yeah, we
And,
do. Yeah.
Terry's face at the bus stop is a great.
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
turns
We've all
round.
been there. We've all been there.
But the one tragedy of the Lightly Lads is there's only about 6 survive. They all got wiped or lost, like a lot of programs did back then.
Such a shame.
It is
such
it's
a
a
shame.
tragedy. I mean, there's so many programs back then. I mean, we used to watch a pop show called Thank You Lucky Stars back in the early 60s. Had all the beat groups on, the Mersey beat, all the Beatles were on it and everything, and there's none survive. They're all gone.
What happened? What, like fire?
Well,
or
they used
something?
to re-tape over them
Yeah.
to record other programs.
Bastards. What tight bastards! You can't just buy a new tape.
I mean, they'd
Tapes. Do you remember those
Yeah,
kids?
you used to get like 4 for a quid.
Yeah.
Right, what do you want to talk
VHS.
about first?
I think we got to do Lightly Lads first. Whatever happened to the Lightly Lads? Sorry. I've got to admit, in the 32 sitcoms we picked from the beginning, this is probably one of the ones I know the least about.
Me too.
So we've done research. We have watched
Yep.
it and stuff, and I really like it when there are parts where it's a little bit slapstick. We watched the bike ride one, didn't we?
The Great
Where
Race.
Yeah, the Great Race, which was really good. But my favourite is when they're just two blokes sitting there putting the world to rights. I love that between them because they started off in the same place, working class from the guy. But Bob's kind of gone.
Oh, that
Upper
is
class.
the story, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, he's gone up in the world, and poor old Terry's been left behind without a job or nothing. He's
They
gone
only
out
joined the army because of him.
Yeah.
That's
That was
fantastic.
clever. If no one's ever seen it, they should watch. Well, I asked Michael to do. Watch the last episode of the black and white ones, and the first one of when they come back, and there's a sort of link.
Yeah.
And they're both on YouTube. Actually, I've watched all 27 episodes at work of whatever happens to the Lightly Lads, and they hold up. I think they're great. I really
Yeah,
do.
they do.
Yeah, they're two great characters. They bounce off each other, but they're in essence they're the same, aren't they? They are the same, but Bob pretends to be.
Well, it's his wife as well. She's
Well, she
the
don't
one
like
who's
Terry,
up
does
her
she? She
own-
doesn't like Terry.
Thelma, no.
She hates Terry. She wants him to break
Even
away.
though
but they
if you
can't.
watch all two, you'll find out that they had a bit of a set to on a night out in Blackpool on the way back in the coach. That thing's got nothing Bob knew about, but he found out later on. But yeah, I mean, you can't really talk about this series, and it even though it's quite tragic, I still enjoy watching it. I sort of put it out the back of your mind is the feud. You can't talk about this program about the feud because Terry Collier's character James Bolam had a real thing about Rodney Bewes, who played Bob, and it's also, apparently I even read a thing recently. I saw it on YouTube where after the 1966 ones ended, and years later the writers wanted to bring it back, and they got James Bolam. They knew Rodney Bewes wanted to do it like that. You know, he couldn't wait. He couldn't get there quick enough.
He clicked his fingers, by the way. It doesn't
Yeah.
work on podcasting, Dave.
But James Bolam, they had to take him for a meal and sort of cajole him into it. And he said, I'm not doing it with Rodney Bewes. But
Well, that's
then-
the whole show.
Yeah, I know, but then they talked him into it, showed him the scripts, and he agreed to do it. But then, after they'd done it, there was an interview on the radio, and Rodney Bewes let it slip.
Yeah,
that
the
James
pregnancy,
Bolam's-
wasn't it? Yeah.
James Bolam's wife was having a baby. And it so incensed James Bolam that he never spoke to him again. And he held a grudge against him, and he even refused, that's why you never see it on TV, he even refused reruns to be put out on Gold or Dave or whatever.
Oh.
So his career carried on. He done the Beiderbecke things, and what else did he do? He done
He's in
when
a
the
kids
boat
programme.
comes in, which
Yeah,
he
he
played a
is.
serious role. Another thing, he was in that one where the cops come back to do the cold cases. I forget,
Sure.
Bones.
no, it's from recently. So he was in,
Buffy the
act-
Vampire
actually-
Slayer.
Actually, Nicholas Lyndhurst was in the latest ones, but he was in that. So his career carried on, and poor old Roddy Bewes' career never really happened. And he did have a lot of money when it was all going on. I mean, he weren't a pauper, but then the money got short. He had a big tax bill, and he was living hand to mouth, and it would have away. He would have got about £4,000 an episode when it was repeated, but it never happened.
Bastard.
But even so, even when Rodney Hughes died, they interviewed James Boland, and he said, "What feud? I don't know nothing about a feud." No, but he didn't speak to him for 40 years. I mean, there's evidence straight away. And they really missed a trick because they could have done it again 7 years later, and 7 years later it could have carried on.
Yeah, until they were old men.
And they could have turned it round where Terry had a stroke of luck or something, and Rodney could have got divorced. And so they really missed a trick with this one. But anyway, it's always been one of my favourites. I can watch it over and over. I just love, like what you said, when they just talk. The one we watched where they were in the cell.
Yeah.
It's just them two, and they just talk, and it's great.
Yeah.
I like seeing them smoke in a pub.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They always have them big glasses as well.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
pub, don't
yeah,
they? The
yeah,
big
yeah.
the old-fashioned glasses.
They're too dangerous these days.
And
You've
they
seen
always,
Trainspotting, haven't you?
Yeah.
they always say, "Dear me."
Yeah.
Every episode.
Because it's based in Newcastle, isn't it?
Yeah.
But nobody's a Geordie.
Well,
No,
well,
none of them are Geordies.
Oh, not in real life.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
sorry.
Because
yeah, I see what you
apparently
mean.
there was no.
Yeah, but you've only got to say, "All right, pet," now and again. And,
Yeah.
But they
Dear
all sound
me.
like they're from Yorkshire to me.
Yeah, I mean, when I watch it, I don't.
Why? Aye, he
Yeah.
says that as well.
Yeah,
I
it's true.
suppose he does. But
To
it's
me,
not-
I mean, they're just Geordies. I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wonder if Geordies feel the same way.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. Join. Let me say.
Is it offensive to call them Geordies? Should we call them like Newcastlanians or something?
I mean, I think
Is there a
they would
term?
prefer that. I would.
Ant and Decker Geordies, aren't they?
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
not
yeah.
go.
Oh, no, but
They did one, didn't they?
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
They did the Lightly Lads, didn't they? They were sort of the
I
Lightly Lads.
wouldn't
Yeah.
have watched that
Yeah.
if you paid me.
I saw about 3 minutes of it.
I've never seen it. I don't know, but I knew they did it. They did. It was like a Red Nose Day thing. Yeah. Lenny Henry was there. Of course he was. Of course he was. Wheels him out. Yeah. The whatever happened to Lightly Lads, it is really good, and I think them two as sitting there just chatting. I don't know if everybody's seen the episodes of Not Going Out, the sitcom.
Yeah.
And
That's Lee Mack, isn't it?
Yeah, Lee Mack's sitcom, yeah, which didn't make it into 32, unfortunately.
Likely Lads is a
but-
million times.
Oh
better
yeah,
than
it
that.
is. But them two sitting there reminded me because I wasn't a big fan of Not Going Out, but when Tim Vine and Lee Mack are sitting in the pub and they're literally just putting the world to rights, it reminded me of that and that kind of simplicity of them two, the working class and the guy who is working class but thinks he's a little bit above that. Saying that he drinks wine now and he's like them kind of comparisons.
It's when he says they're on the train, and he's
That's the first episode. Where
yeah,
they come
that's
back.
it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, they're talking about. He says, "Oh, I got engaged to what was her name?
Thelma.
Thelma. Yeah, he says, "Oh yeah," and he was like, "Oh, yeah, congratulations." And that. He said, "Well, we broke up." And he was like, "Well, to be honest with you, I always hated her." And he was going,
She was so far up her
yeah,
own.
yeah, that's it. Oh, we're getting married in a couple of weeks.
We got
It's
back
great.
together.
Yeah, and then he goes to the bar. He goes, "Oh, give us a whiskey." He goes, all the 5 best years of my life I gave to that man. And the barman goes, "Oh, there's plenty more pebbles on the beach." He just looks at him. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean when they do the bike ride and he mucks up his bike, then he takes the wheel off and it falls off, and then the next time he cuts his brakes or whatever, and he just goes down the hill past him, goes, "Bastard! Bastard!"
You could have killed me.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant. He says, "I'm never getting back on that bike," and some bloke comes out of nowhere and goes, "Oi, I want a word with you." They get straight back on it. Oh, it's really good. But they do have that. They are still kids, really. That's that. I love that as well. They're just kids who want to be better than each other. I could do that better than you. And then it leads to this just. And he had what was it, brown ale or something in his
Newcastle Brown.
in his water bottles. He's drinking that as he's cycling along.
Nuki Brown. You ever had Newcastle Brown?
I love it.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I actually make a stew with it in. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah. I bet you don't like it, do you, Bob?
Too manly for me.
Yeah.
No, I do. Last night I was drinking Birra Moretti.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
very
good
nice.
beer.
Good beer.
Don't put air in your teeth though. Newcastle Brown does.
Oh yeah, geez, it turns you into Teen Wolf. That's nice.
Good stuff.
So I suppose we should move on to Only Fools and Horses. Have you heard of it? Have you watched it?
I've never seen it.
No, me neither.
I had to research it quite
Extensively.
Yeah.
I mean, you first
Sarcasm warning.
What was that? You're supposed to go,
Yeah, I mean,
like a
Only
warning.
Fools and Horses is a giant in UK sitcom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but right, I'm gonna ask you a
Oh,
question.
hello.
No. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. But is there a factor of you say it's the best and all that because you're kind of supposed to because everyone thinks.
Yeah,
I know what
I
you're
think
saying.
you're right. I think you're right. Whenever you talk about a sitcom and the list or you debate like this, Only Fools and Horses is a given. Everyone just goes, yeah, it's great. But when you actually, what we're doing now is we're going to talk about it, and there are negatives. I'm sorry, but there are. It's not perfect.
I think there's a weak link in the later episodes,
Go on.
which is Gwyneth Strong, who plays Cassandra.
No, I
To
don't
me,
mind. I think Nicholas Lyndhurst in the later ones, when he's young, when he's all awkward and that, is excellent and funny. But when he turns into a bit of a snob, like I don't find him endearing, and I think he's a bit of a
No, it's
prick.
best when he was
Like,
naive.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
exactly.
Yeah.
And when he appreciated, well, he didn't. He always sort of thought Del was holding him back, but when he gets older, he's really embarrassed by him,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like what a knob.
Yeah, some of my favourite bits of Only Fools and Horses. I mean, obviously the iconic falling through the bar, the chandelier, and the
It's
the
a baby.
blow
It's
up
a little
dolls.
baby,
Yeah,
Rodney.
everybody can quote that. But you know what my favourite moments are when it's the brother thing. It's the brother
Yeah, so
connection.
when-
It's the brother thing, right? So the first one that comes into my head is when they're stuck in the lift, and she's had a miscarriage or something like that. And they're stuck in a lift, and for a long time it's just them two in
What
a
am I
lift.
gonna do, Del?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that he rigged the lift to stop so that he could, get it out of him. And there's another bit that pops into my mind when Del Boy gets cornered by a load of blokes, and they say, "Oi, we're gonna,
You Rodney Trotter.
yeah, we're gonna get you, Rodney." And he goes, "I'm not." Oh yeah, I am. Yeah.
He takes one for the team.
Yeah, and then he comes into the pub late, obviously being covered in blood, and Rodney just goes, "Where the bloody hell have you been?" And he says, "Oh, you never guess what I did for you," but he never actually tells
No.
him.
So he's in
He
the
just
bathroom
did-
later, and he's like putting, TCP, and not wincing.
Not, yo,
Do you know what my
he's a-
favourite clip is
Go
of
on.
the whole thing? It's not going through the bar. It's the bit where he has the sawn-off shotgun. And when he's doing the shooting, he goes, "Oh, can I have a go?"
Yeah,
and he pulls
yeah.
out the old sawn-off shotgun.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, when you're ready, John, it's Paul." He goes, "All right, when you're ready, Paul." And, he goes,
Yeah.
and then he blows the end of it. I think
Yeah.
that's brilliant. I can
But-
watch that over and over.
Yeah, and he sort of hobbled,
Yeah.
like bowls away,
Over his
doesn't he?
arms,
He's
doesn't
like,
he?
"Oh, I
Where
got-"
did you get that gun from?
yeah, it's some bank robbery.
Yeah, he
borrowed
goes,
it
yeah,
off.
he goes,
Yeah.
you know, he didn't want it today 'cause it was Saturday. That was the gag as well,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah,
but
that's a great
I
clip.
really like the mobile phone up the nose as well. So the Driscoll brothers come in, and he's like, he seems to have one of our mobile phones up his nose. He goes, "What have you been up to, dude?" He's like, "Oh, got a phone up my nose."
And that's our mate Christopher Ryan again, isn't it?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
turns
Mike.
up in a lot of sitcoms.
yeah.
But even the supporting cast.
Oh, hang on,
He's-
before you go, Mike, sorry to interrupt. There's one question we've got to ask. Granddad or Uncle Albert?
I don't think you could choose between them.
You got
Dave,
it, so I
Dave,
just asked
Dave,
you.
do your impression.
Oh, you got an impression.
You have. You do it all the time.
I've never done the... What,
You
Granddad
have,
or-
you
oh,
definitely
Don't
have.
definitely,
be
yeah.
shy, Dad.
I'll do an impression of Dave doing an impression.
Go on then.
Del Boy.
I've never done that in my
You
life.
have. You did it the other day.
I
You did
did,
it the
I'm
other
not-
day.
what are you-
He's pretending. He's
What are
shy.
you talking
He's
about?
shy, isn't
Oh,
he?
no, you dreamt
Well,
that one, mate.
I think.
Yeah, but you've got to choose. 'Cause I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Get
I
that
would,
gun
I
off
would
your
say
head.
I would say Uncle Albert.
During the war.
No, fancy coming out with your head on upside down. Yeah, there was this bloke, this really tall bloke, and the Driscoll brother walks in and he goes, "Well, you weren't that tall. There was this bloke, he was really small, and then there was this woman." It's just amazing. You know, like a Del Boy, he was based on Sullivan's older brother because he had a much older brother like they have. That's why he wanted the big age gap for
Between them,
that. Yeah.
But there was, I've seen an interview with David Jason, and he said, I think he said that there was thing. He was going to a friend's party or something, and he said, "You got to meet my mate. He's so funny. He's like working class. He's got his own company and all this kind of stuff. And he's so funny." And he went round his house, and you expect a bloke in a t-shirt and jeans, and he wasn't. He was dressed like Del Boy. He had the jacket over his shoulders, the gold chains, and all that. He was, and he just thought, that's not the bloke.
because he had a lot to do with the look.
And he did take that. And when the character came along, they had him as kind of t-shirt and jeans kind of bloke. He was like, no, I think he'll be. And it was a kind of collaboration between. Yeah, and I think it's great when an actor can bring that to the forefront and say, no, I think he'll do it like this.
I've got a question.
Ooh.
Who originally was in line to play Del Boy?
I've got an answer for that. I don't know if it's the same as your answer.
Go on, Bob. If you ain't got, have a guess. Oh no, you can't guess. There's a billion people in the world, but
Michael Palin.
yeah, no.
Shall I tell you what? See if it's the same as yours.
Go on.
Jim Broadbent.
Yes,
He played
Slater.
Slater,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he was doing a West End play, so he couldn't do it. He had to turn it
He's a
down.
great actor. But I don't think it would have lasted as long because he is a bloody good actor, he is, and he's always been busy. He's done it right through, and I think he's probably done a couple of series. Because the first couple of series didn't do very well in the ratings
No,
at
they
all.
said it really struggled, but then they had to rerun it, and people sort of latched onto it then.
Force it down people's throats.
Well, I mean, the thing is, in them days you could do that because
Yeah.
how many channels were there?
Four.
I mean,
But when we actually look at the early ones now, I can't see anything wrong with them.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because the nostalgic side of it. I mean, the cars and I know I've said that before about stuff, but I just absolutely love it. And I knew people like that.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
he was that.
That's like when
Yeah, I was like that, but I was very unsuccessful.
Like Del Boy.
I never had any money. He always had a few Reddies on him.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted to. That was the original title, Reddies.
Was it?
Well, it was Reddies and something else.
Ready
Yeah.
Breck. But what a great cast though. Boise,
Trigger.
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 Yeah, Trigger is brilliant.
I
yeah.
have a question about Trigger.
Oh, how many questions you got?
All right.
Oh, is this a question or a fact?
Well, it's a question fact. It's a question and a fact.
Quaff.
Yes. What was Trigger's name? It's never said, but in the script, he had a name.
I know his name.
Do you?
No, I don't.
It's a mixture of two 1960s, 70s footballers.
I mean, I'm never going to get this. I mean,
No.
you
Go on,
seriously...
Dad. Tell the world.
Colin Ball.
Well, I've got Colin Bell.
I got Colin Ball.
So nobody
it's
knows.
either Colin Bell or Colin Ball. Actually, do you know what? It might be my writing. No, I've definitely got Bell.
I thought it was Colin Ball.
I mean,
But it's
one of
either-
us is right.
Yeah, one of us is wrong.
They just high-fived
Yeah.
over nonsense.
Yeah, that's it's a bit of a... Anyway, so
but-
when I said fact, it was a loose term.
Did it go on too long?
Yeah, it did.
It did. The Americans, they should never have. They should have ended it in the car when they won the money.
Well,
no,
that-
I disagree.
That episode still has the record for the highest UK audience for a sitcom episode.
That's a good fact. That's a good fact. I think when they when they
1996.
as they walked off into the distance and it turned into a rainbow, and he says, "This time next year we could be billionaires."
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
End of.
I mean,
Same
when they-
episode,
when-
though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but you,
Well,
yeah,
no,
but
I mean,
you're saying end in the car.
Don't you point your finger at me,
No,
mate.
I agree.
There's a
with
lot of
that.
pointing going on here.
I agree with that. And also, like when they brought the son in, the kid was just irritating.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
it's-
enjoy that
yeah.
at all.
Oh, that bloody tune. Du, 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 du.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, I didn't like.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was.
The American ones are garbage.
I remember what you said, Michael, was completely right. I think.
Thank you, Bob.
When Rodney became smarter than Del, that it kind of loses a little bit for me.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I still love the rest of it, but it was just Rodney. He changed quite dramatically, really. And I mean, I suppose you'll have people that prefer that
Yeah,
side
of
of him.
course.
But me personally, I love the naivety of it.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
thick as two short planks, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
I mean, he ended up doing like walking in front of the hearse.
Oh, that was
Uh,
a
yeah.
great
I'm gonna kill you, Del. Yeah, and he takes it down the wrong way on the one-way street. He's like, all right,
He was
back
on-
up, back up. He
Trigger
goes,
brushing
you,
the through, and he goes,
you
"Is that
plonker.
Dave?"
No, that's right. When they with the chairman, what is it? The public,
The man.
Wait, he goes to the meeting, like the community.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's sat there and Trigger's there, isn't he? And he goes, "Why do you call me Dave? My name's not Dave, it's Rodney." He goes, "I thought your name was Dave." "Well, it's not." He goes, "Oh, sorry about that, Dave." Like,
Yeah.
No, he goes, what's Dave then, a nickname?
he said, "No,
No,
you're
the only person
who
that
calls
calls
me
me.
Dave." Yeah. On the way out, don't you say like?
It's
"See ya,
something to do
Dave."
with the baby, isn't it? He says they're gonna call it Rodney after Dave.
Yes. That's,
Yeah.
It is
You,
magic.
you could say Trigger was underused, but he probably wasn't, because if he'd been in the forefront all the time,
Yeah.
you would have just got used to him.
I mean,
and that,
now, I think if they did it now, I think Trigger would probably get well, they did the Boise one, didn't he? He got his own show.
Green grass, it was
Oh,
rubbish.
what a load
I mean,
of
who
garbage
did you
that
have,
was.
right? So you had Denzel, decent, good character.
Mickey Pierce.
Mickey Pierce, who I've had a beer with. Very nice bloke, Patrick Murray.
You got a picture of you?
Murray.
Have you got a picture of him?
I have.
Oh, we'll
Yeah,
post it on the Facebook page.
Me and him in the boozer. He's a very nice bloke. Yeah, well, because I was in the pub and I saw him straight away. I was like, "Fucking hell, that's Mickey Pierce."
Did he have his little hat on?
Oh, it wouldn't have been great. No, he didn't. But the guy I was with who drinks in there all the time, he was like, "Look, I said, I've got to go and talk to him." And he was like, "Nah, just let him have a beer." And I was like, "No, fuck that. I'm going to go and talk to him."
I bet it was a Father Ted Richard Wilson situation.
Yeah.
wasn't
No,
it?
he was good as gold. But I later found
Did you call
out-
him Mickey?
No, I don't think I did actually.
Did you ask him if he wanted to buy any lawnmower engines?
No, but he was good as gold. Like I was chatting away to him, bought him a beer. Didn't get me one back, but
Well,
that's his decision. No, but he was good as gold. But I later found out that he run a pub. My mate, friend of mine, knew him really well. Went to school with his son.
I
So-
think his son went to the same school as me.
No, he went. He was from like Deptford away,
Oh, fair.
around there.
Probably not then.
But
That was
yeah,
a lie.
it was. Yeah, he's a very nice bloke.
it goes to
Indeed.
show you what a good actor Jim Broadbent was, because he was only in 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But you
He made-
remember him though,
Yeah,
don't
very
he
you?
made
much
3
so.
appearances. You just feel like he's in it a lot. you
And
know?
yet, when we did Dave versus Mike, you couldn't remember the name Slater.
No.
Yeah, but that was on Under Pressure.
Pressure. Anyway,
Yes,
so
John
Anyway.
Sullivan also wrote Citizen Smith.
He wrote
To the
he wrote
people.
the theme tune, sung the theme tune.
And he done a
Do.
sitcom, I bet neither of you remember, not a lot of people do, called Dear John.
oh yeah, I do. Yeah,
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you
I know it
don't.
well.
No, you
yeah.
don't.
You got on DVD.
It's about a geezer called John.
It's not, and that one is so rare.
Alright, John.
It's not even on YouTube.
YouTube.
But it was good. It was.
God, Dave's obsessed with
Yeah.
YouTube.
No.
I've just discovered this great
No,
thing
that's what
called
you see on-
Tubio.
If you're listening, YouTube, just send him a T-shirt. For
Yeah,
God's
I mean,
sake.
he's gonna be like Peter Kay and garlic bread. He gets it all for free.
A YouTube hat, YouTube T-shirt,
Right.
YouTube
You look
hoodie.
like-
Like
yeah.
Terry Collier now. Bastard!
You look like YouTube just threw up.
Yeah,
on you.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we know which way this is going to go, but we've got to vote. It is the system. It is the luck of the draw as well. But Michael,
Only fools has to be.
Dave,
Yeah, 2-0.
yeah, 3-0. Yeah, like lads, whatever happens.
It's
to
just
lads.
different.
Great show,
different league.
but yeah, different league, different show. Join us on Facebook, by the way. Put your comments up. We'll give you a little shout out. If you are a little company and you want to give us a little bit of money, we'll mention you on the show. Our numbers are growing, surprisingly, given us that we're 3 idiots.
Such an optimist.
2 idiots. 2
But
idiots.
yeah, I mean, we're
Yeah,
happy
2 idiots
to
and
mention
me.
local businesses or whatever. But whatever, thanks for listening. And
Yeah, Apple, if you're up for it.
yeah,
I'm
McDonald's.
sure we can work something out.
But yeah, that's the end of the show. Anything else to add, lads?
No,
No,
just
really.
thanks for listening, people. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Sponsored by YouTube.
If you enjoyed the show, why not help the lads out by going to Patreon and join the debate. Music by Ben Sound.